Okay. Josh Hawley is officially ineligible alongside the rest of Congress for even entertaining that idiotic lawsuit that literal hostages, Israeli hostages, brought forward.
Senator Hawley.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thanks for calling this important hearing. Thanks to our witnesses for being here. Mr. Stern, if I could just start with you. I see that 5 or 6 days ago you gave an interview.
The Democrats not talking about this every day? Thank you. Great question. One that I'm asking myself as well. I think it's because they don't care and they like it. That's it. What else am I supposed to believe? What else am I supposed to believe? Also, to the one dumb fuck chatter that said, why didn't you ask that question to Bernie? I did. And also, Bernie does speak out on this, just not enough and not directionally. I want Bernie to mobilize around this beyond just tweeting about it. And it's not just Bernie. Bernie alone is not going to be able to do anything. There needs to be an entire coalition of conscious human beings that are just like aware of all of these atrocities that stand up and take action. I think, yeah, because Bernie's only there to make left groups happy with Dems. Dude, I can't have this conversation with you guys. I'm sorry, okay? I don't have your same cynicism. I just don't. This is something that I've actively argued with chatters against for years and years and years at this point. I just don't care. If you think that, then that's great. I don't. And I also think that this is the entry point for my kind of politics into penetrating collective consciousness, penetrating the mainstream. So I'm not going to cast that aside. And I'm not going to listen to any of you, so that's good, and that's precisely the reason why I'm not going to listen to any of you, just like I never listened to you when you were like, we can't allow microaggressions in this community when I had like 35 people watching, right? Because if I had listened to you guys, we'd have 36 people watching right now, not 35,000 people. So shut the up, okay? And let me do my thing. If you don't agree with my methods, that's one thing. I'm not entertaining the whole like cynical Hasan only is doing this for this or that reason beyond the reason that I'm stating. You want to know why? Because at no point out of the many years that all of you have been watching me, okay, at no point have I sheltered you from my perspective. I am openly and uncompromisingly honest, brutally honest, to a fault, brutally honest in emotional moments that actually get me into a lot of trouble, as a matter of fact. So what makes you think that I have some other cynical reason for doing what I'm doing beyond what I'm telling you and why I'm doing what I'm doing? Is it impossible for you to comprehend? Is it something that you don't agree with? I don't know. Maybe it is. But then again, there is a disagreement on the methods at that point, not a disagreement on our opinions and our worldview, just a disagreement on the methods. If you think that's boundary breaking, if you think that's enough to separate yourself from someone like myself, then go off, kings, go off. Yeah. At the very least, stop lowballing on questions when you're interviewing Bernie and AOC. Oh my God. Dude, you guys are stupid. Okay? I cannot spell this out any further than I have thus far. You are an objectively stupid person if you think that, dude, me crashing out on this shit is also unironically going to cause so many of the dumb to like literally make TikTok videos now. This is why I don't entertain it. Because it's otherwise just people yelling at like the same 40-person Discord server. But when I bring this up and I talk about it, one, the libtards love this shit because they go, see, they're eating him alive. They're not, okay? I would rather have these annoying chirpers than a dumb who supports Israel doing a genocide, okay? Every step of the day. Every step of the way. Every day of the week, okay? I would much rather have annoying, sweaty, crusty, unwashed, anti-genocide protesters by my side yelling at me at every step of the way as I carry them across the fucking finish line than one singular pro-genocide dipshit. So make no mistake on that front. But they love it. Just so you know, the liberals love this shit because then they go, oh, at you. They're yelling at you as well. You're just like me. Yeah, you'll make it into an Ethan Klein Instagram post, though. It'll be awesome. It'll be your moment in the spotlight, chatter. You'll get that recognition that you desperately wanted. Even the very fact that I entertain this shit makes it seem like I'm constantly in a defensive posture, and it gives the inclination to others from the outside that I'm like defending something, like because I got caught doing something wrong. Make no mistake, I did not do anything wrong. Okay? I did not. You and I might have a disagreement on it, but I have a vision for it. Oh my God. All right. I'm just banning people now. We're banning BE and Bad Empanada mentions in the chat. Holy. There's real shit going on, and you and Bad Empanada video chatters are so annoying. You Bad Empanada video chatters are so annoying. Go watch him. He will save you. He actually cares. He isn't just slop spooning you. Yeah. Yeah. Go watch him. Go watch him instead. He'll give you the secrets to the castle. He'll unlock your revolutionary potential. You will be leading the Vanguard Party tomorrow, okay? Yeah. Once you're done, though, and you want to develop class consciousness among the working class, go behave like Bad Empanada around, I don't know, like a stevedore. See how quickly they kill you with hammers, okay? Go do that. They'll put you down like a horse that has a broken leg, okay? Go talk to an Amazon delivery driver about the revolutionary fervor that you have in your heart.
In which you said that the removal of Mahmoud Khalil, the pro-Hamas foreign rioter, is a form of McCarthyism and makes Jewish students less safe. Now, this is an individual who has been accused of endorsing and espousing terrorist activity, who has been accused of lying on his application to a green card in the United States, who's currently being sued for terrorizing and assaulting Jewish students. Do you stand by your view that trying to remove him is a form of McCarthyism?
Absolutely, Senator.
Why in the world would that be the case?
Let me answer. He hasn't been charged with the crime. The clear predicate for this, White House said, was handing out pro-Hamas propaganda. When you start talking...
Wait, what is this? Chatters are ripping that talking point directly from the worst Empanada video. I think it ultimately comes down to a misunderstanding or distance from American politics. I think it's simply impossible to understand where the Overton window here in America is outside the imperial core. Bad Empanada has a perspective that Bernie and AOC only exist as controlled opposition for the Democratic Party without understanding how much they've been undermined and attacked by the very entity. Yeah, also, this is why it's hilarious. Because the notion that, like, even if these guys are controlled opposition to the Democratic Party and the Democratic Party is controlled opposition to the Republican Party, these are the only quote unquote most radical permissible opinions allowed in American politics as it stands right now. And it's broadly reflective of both the discontent that everyday Americans have with the aisle, but it's also kind of reflected about the lack of education that the average American has, political education specifically, and a lack of real, genuine confidence in being able to mobilize and get an issue across the fucking finish line, and also a tremendous lack of class consciousness. Okay? That's why I say go talk to the average American about like Bernie Sanders and AOC being controlled opposition, okay? And they will look at you like you have a third ear on your forehead. Like they'll be like, "What the fuck are you saying? What do you mean? What? Controlled opposition? What does that even fucking mean?" We have a finite amount of time and space on this planet. What you choose to do with that finite amount of time and space matters. Who cares? Didn't ask if the fake thing you have is still the best thing you can hang on. That is stupid, but it's for the people who live in reality. Like, there's no world where I'm saying that AOC and Bernie Sanders are the best politicians and they're amazing and I love everything that they do. I criticize them all the time, especially with Bernie on the issue of Israel. Something that has made me extra upset. Do you all realize you are repeating keywords like other annoying small communities who come in here? They are. But if you don't fucking understand, stop caring about this left com shit. I'm not even going to entertain it as like a tendency and a difference in ideology, because I don't think that there is a significant difference in opinion in terms of, you know, what everyone's position here is on Israel. Not just the average American. Leftists look at that claim that they're controlled opposition as clown behavior that shatters. No, leftists look at that claim as controlled opposition is also wrong. Look at this. Oh man, American Congress. Senate overturns rule limiting bank overdraft fee to $5. Lawmakers vote to invalidate a rule adopted last year by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. It now moves to the House. What the fuck? Bad Empanada's main take was that you, a Muslim man in America, have different optics from himself, and that is evil and wrong. Yeah, there's a different set of standards that I'm operating on living inside of the United States of America, and I don't think he will ever understand that. I don't think he also understands like the average American's position and what I'm trying to do, and it requires charitability. And it's obvious to me that Bad Empanada does not respect me as a commentator, and that's why a lot of these fucking arguments are being. A lot of these arguments are coming from that. It's a lack of respect and a lack of fucking charitability and a lack of even entertaining like what I'm trying to do as a serious way of doing things in the United States of America. And that's what it is. So when dumbfuck chatters, who I've personally individually radicalized, think that they're now in a leftier than thou position because they've moved on to the next fucking, internet commentator daddy, it's nothing to me. Like it feels so sad and so silly. Okay. Please do not operate like this in broad daylight around other people. Or if you're going to do that, call yourself something different. Don't call yourself a socialist. Say you're a liberal. Okay. Say you're the number one liberal. Say you're a Republican. If you're going to behave like that. Or, yeah, grow the fuck up. Hasan isn't Muslim. Thought he was talking about him. Dude, my name is Hasan. It doesn't matter that I'm not a fucking practicing Muslim. Do you not understand that? You are judged by the most racist individuals that brand you as whatever they see fit. The fuck? Yeah, I didn't realize. Look, I say I'm white all the time. I am white. I present as white. Except, according to the fucking TSA officers that stop me and bomb swab me every single fucking time, it turns out I'm something different, okay? It's something that I thought was normal, by the way, until a couple of years ago when I found out that turns out it's not normal to be fucking swabbed for GSR and bomb residue every single time you cross the fucking checkpoint at TSA. So for them, it's different, okay? That's how it works. That's how it works. But it's not even that. That isn't the end all be all anyway. It's not about me being Muslim or whatever. We're talking about what I do, what I'm trying to do. In order to instill class consciousness among regular Americans, you have to approach the issue very differently. That's it. Americans are insanely fucking reactionary when it comes to any sort of anti-social thought, or let alone, God forbid, anti-imperialist thought. Holy fuck.
About people's views and what they're talking about in the public square as a basis for discrimination, and then the effect on Jewish students. It's not just the fact that Jews may be seen as, well, we're pushing this and that's going to happen. The way that this is going to harm Jewish students is it harms the academy.
Wait a minute. My time is limited. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but just wait a minute. I've got to correct numerous inaccuracies there. Number one, as you very well know, United States law says that a non-citizen is inadmissible for entry into this country if they, and I quote, endorse or espouse terrorist activity or persuade others to do the same. That same law provides you can be removed for the same reasons. That is...
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. There's a higher order. First Amendment. I was on that stream. I genuinely felt bad for you, and the look on your face totally changed. Honest, very human moment. It made me respect you more, solidify how honest you are. What are you talking about?
It's what Mr. Khalil has been accused of. He has further been accused of by the United States government lying on his visa application. That on its own would be sufficient to remove him from this country. He is being sued, as you and I sit here in New York court, by the victims of October 7th for terrorizing and assaulting Jewish students.
Dude, okay. Josh Hawley is officially ineligible alongside the rest of fucking Congress for even entertaining that idiotic lawsuit that literal hostages, Israeli hostages, brought forward. Sorry. No. You're so fucking brain dead. Anyone, sincerely or insincerely, that entertains that fucking lawsuit that dictates that Columbia SJP knew about October 7 before it happened is, unfortunately, too mentally disabled to be in office. This is one area of real ableism that I demonstrate. That's my one standard. I don't care if you're paraplegic, quadriplegic, whatever, okay? But I do care if you have worms in your brain. You should not be eligible for office. That's crazy. If you believe the QAnon conspiracy that a literal fucking hostage a literal hostage that was taken hostage in Gaza on October 7, alongside many Jewish advocacy groups that are just simply pro-Israel fucking cutouts. Okay, they're not Jewish advocacy groups at all. The lawsuit that they launched against Columbia Students for Justice for Palestine dictates that alleges that Yahya Sinwar called up the fucking Columbia SJP and was like, hey, I'm about to do October 7, by the way, get your accounts ready. If you believe that, you are too mentally disabled to be in office. That's what Josh Hawley's talking about here. I hope you understand that. Like, that's what Josh Hawley is bringing up. I'm sorry, that's QAnon. You're saying QAnon shit. You're fucking saying QAnon shit. You are an insane person. You are not eligible to run for office, remain in office, let alone drive a fucking car. You're a danger to yourself and everyone else around you. And the worst part about it is that these people don't even fucking believe it. Like, I think Josh Hawley doesn't think, in all sincerity, that, you know, Yahya Sinwar didn't call up Iran, Hezbollah, or even the fucking political wing of Hamas, but then called up Columbia SJP and informed them that they were about to do October 7. There's no shot, right? I don't like that to me spells real disorder. That to me shows that your brain is poisoned. It's over. There's no way that I can entertain a normal conversation with you.
Unlawfully taking over and damaging public university property and physically assaulting Columbia University employees. And you're telling me that it's McCarthyism to remove this individual?
Yes. Also, I could jiggle keys in front of you and you would think, you would forget exactly what you were talking about at that point.
Senator, the deportation was started before that lawsuit, before that second question about what he was saying on his forms.
No, this is what the government has alleged in open court, Mr. Stern. This is the basis for their removal proceedings. And our law makes clear if you endorse or espouse terrorist activity, you can be removed from this country. He has done so. He's been accused of doing so from the beginning. He's been accused of lying to get into the country. I'm amazed that you're saying that this is McCarthyism.
Senator, you weren't here when I quoted part of what Justice Brandeis was talking about the back at a case where there's somebody that was convicted for supporting the Communist Party because they were talking about violence as a political solution. And Brandeis cautioned us that this type of robust speech, as long...
This isn't speech. Lying on a visa application is not speech. Seeking...
He didn't lie on a visa application, you fucking animal. What do you mean? What did he lie on a visa application on? Remember, if he actually lied on a visa application, that is a deportable offense. It's silly, and in the past, Palestinians with legal permanent residency status in America have been deported for not lying on a visa application, but simply simply having some issues with their paperwork. Why is this different? It's because he didn't lie on his visa application. He wants to apply retroactively the actions of a person who has gotten a green card status. This is the third incredibly dangerous precedent. Retroactive application after certain processes have taken place means that they will be able to denaturalize you as well. If you think that you're safe, I'm telling you right now, it is not. You are not safe. You cannot retroactively apply things that you're doing now after you got constitutional protections that you already had as a non-citizen. It doesn't matter, but like you got extra additional allowances as a fucking legal permanent resident. That means you can take away someone's citizenship status. You can denaturalize people. Be like, well, they were an immigrant at some point. And at that point, they lied about their forms. There's a standard that's different for non-citizens. Do you understand? It's over. They will denaturalize people with this.
Seeking to assault Columbia University employees and Jewish students is not speech. You are defending an individual.
If you lie on your visa application, you probably won't even get here. This is what the sentence take is asinine. Yes, but I'm saying that like the only time where they can retroactively revoke your legal status as a non-citizen is if there are inconsistencies in your initial application. There's no retroactive application beyond that. If that was the case, then someone could be like, okay, well, we're taking away your citizenship status. We are denaturalizing you, you know? We're denaturalizing your parents. If you're second generation, natural born U.S. citizen, we just denaturalized your parents. Now you don't have an American citizen parent. We can now denaturalize you as well. Like it goes on and on. Like there are your imagination is the only thing holding you back in this process. And it's not like these are things that the administration hasn't signaled. Like they have signaled that they want to do this. Ugh. Obviously, the scariest part about this is even without the denaturalization conversation, like the other side of this also is the terrorism designation. It's such a vague standard that is all encompassing, that allows you to do whatever you want. Do you think they want to make America solely white? No, but they definitely want to whiten it. Like, I don't think this is, like, I think some people do, for sure, right? There are definitely people within the Trump administration that their objective is to make America a white country, right? Like, that's for sure the case. Like Stephen Miller, right? But not every right-winger wants that. They're not ideologically on board with white supremacy or white nationalism beyond like your average Republican who's just racist. I think more so they just want to change the demographics a little bit. But of course, when you start taking steps in that direction, the guys that are more ideologically minded will win out on that battle. So inevitably it will reach like a permanent white nationalist status for sure.
Who has espoused the destruction of this country, the destruction of the state of Israel, the destruction of Jews, and has taken actions in furtherance of the same. You've also said that investigating the 60 colleges and universities that are currently under investigation by the Trump administration for anti-Semitism is a form of weaponizing anti-Semitism for political benefit. You're opposed to investigating these institutions for anti-Semitism?
Senator, I've been very clear that OCR has a very important role, that there are complaints that should go through the process when you...
Dude, this guy's Jewish, right? Am I crazy? I mean, I don't want to say nothing, okay? I don't want to do an accidental anti-Semitism here, but you know, sometimes you make these inferences. Okay, so all jokes aside, okay, all jokes aside, I mean, his fucking last name is Stern, chat, okay, forgive me. Anyway, this is not the first, nor do I believe it will be the last time that evangelical Christian Josh Hawley, a secret homosexual man who is in the closet, but that's besides the point, is yelling at a Jewish dude at a congressional hearing. The last time I watched him chirp like this, he was yelling at a Jewish dude who was himself a Zionist. He was wearing a fucking IDF dog tag, and he's still, I got the dog tag on me, but yeah, you can't fucking deport students, okay? And Josh Hawley was like, well, you don't care about anti-Semitism. It's like, who the fuck are you? Look at you. You look like the politician that Hitler envisioned. What are you talking about? The fuck do you mean?
You start using the Department of Justice.
He was literally the director of the American Jewish Committee.
And threatening universities' funding.
You are opposed, I just want to get this on the record, you are opposed to investigating Columbia University and others for anti-Semitism?
No.
That's what you said 6 days ago.
I am not opposed to doing it the right way.
What does that mean, doing it the right way?
Not to claw back funds, not to say we're holding you ransom. We're getting your faculty, Jewish...
You were asked about an investigation for failing to protect Jewish students, and you said that's just weaponizing anti-Semitism. It makes students less...
I mean, he's right. He's right. You are. You're using anti-Semitism, something that you don't give a fuck about, to... And they did this already, successfully put Columbia campus under academic receivership. They did that. That happened already. I'm glad that there are people out there who are like even fucking pro-Israel and Zionist and whatever that are still like, yeah, this is crazy. It will still never not be funny when you got like a Gentile fucking screaming at like clearly an old Jewish man about how much he gives a fuck. He's like, you're a bad Jew. Josh Hawley, okay, know what real Judaism is. You're a fucking bad Jew, okay? You're going to the camps. That's literally the next step here. Is Josh Hawley sending Jewish people to the fucking camps for not being sufficiently on board with his idea of anti-Semitism combating, okay? That's it. That's like, this is it. This is how it goes. Wake the fuck up. People are so dumb. The Stern guy literally wrote the book on defining anti-Semitism.
Less safe.
It is when the
I think that's
Department of
crazy.
Justice has a list of places.
Like, this is the second time. This is the second time Josh Hawley is outflanking a Jewish person on anti-Semitism defense. Okay? What the fuck has happened? What do you mean? And it's not even like these guys are fucking anti-Zionist, dude. Is this the guy who wrote the IHRA definition? Oh my God, this is that Stern? Kenneth Stern. There's never been a bigger fucking oops, I really made a mistake moment than Kenneth Stern and the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism. This man has spent the last half of his career after putting together this definition being like, please don't use it. Why did you define it, man? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Here he is getting fucking yelled at by Josh Hawley. The IHRA definition is means for research. Yeah, this is Oppenheimer moment. He's like, this is the moment where he realizes that the man sitting across from him yelling at him is inevitably going to put him in prison for the definition that he wrote, which he always maintained should never be used in legal settings. He spent the last half of his career being like, hey guys, the IHRA definition, my mistake, okay? My mistake. We should not be using this to, we should not be using this definition at all. I know I wrote it. I came up with it. Please at it. I don't want you to read it. I don't want you to look at it. It's not a good idea. It's just like a real toothpaste out the fucking tube moment for him. Yeah. Most mainstream pro-Israel groups have for years lobbied for loyalty oaths to Israel, anti-boycott laws, and IHRA's redefinition of anti-Semitism include criticism of Israel's government, while the ADL classified every ceasefire rally as an anti-Semitic hate event. And here we are. Now you got the dude who, you know, wrote the definition being like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? This is completely unacceptable, to a guy who doesn't care. And he doesn't, if you think Josh Hawley for even a moment cares about Jews or Judaism, you are a fucking baboon, okay? He doesn't give a shit about anything. He just wants to do the agenda of the Trump administration. He wants to implement a constitutional monarchy. That's it. He just wants power. He wants to deport fucking brown people, and whoever he sees is annoying and a nuisance.
They want to go to the Senator Markey's question.
Oh, I heard Senator Markey's questions. I heard his whole speech. I thought it was insane. I just want to say for the record, I thought it was totally insane. And I think your positions are similarly insane. I think the idea that we would bend over backwards to hug and kiss and make nice to a pro-Hamas rioter, because that's what Khalil is, and that we would say, we can't remove him, and that makes Jewish students less safe on our campuses? That's nuts.
Senator,
That's nuts.
To Rabbi Saberstein's point, if you look at American history, the times when Jews were most vulnerable was during the Palmer raids in World War I, when there was political...
Jews are vulnerable now on our campuses because of...
He's like, shut up, Jew. A Gentile is speaking on anti-Semitism. Oh, I'm sorry, did you write the definition that I want to adopt? Well, you know your place. It's crazy. It's crazy. What the fuck? I mean, I've made this joke before as well. Is there any other foreign country where American politicians talk like this? My devotion to Romania is absolute. I will go to my grave defending Saxo beat and all Romanian house music. You'll have to carry me out on a slab before I compromise my defense of the Jewish people, their greatness, their history, their safety, and the state of Israel. It's like, dude, you're weird, man. You're a fucking weirdo. The only country you can feel that way is Turkey, and that's why they're punishing Eric Adams. Okay? What the fuck? Like, if you have this attitude in defense of Israel, then fucking convert and live there. Be an Israeli Knesset member. Listen to psytrance music to your heart's desire, okay, till your ears fucking bleed. Why are you here? I don't get it. Go live there then. Why are you in fucking Missouri, which is objectively the least Jewish state in America? I don't believe you, okay? If you had this kind of attitude, you'd at least live where I live, or in fucking New York, or in Boca Raton. You live in Missouri. You clearly don't like Jews all that much. What do you mean? What the fuck?